What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Darius Riddick here, aka Riddick the Lion, and welcome to another episode of The Lion's Kitchen. Yes, that's right. Cheer it out, cheer it out. All right, now cut it out. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a power shake. That's right. So the main reason why I wanted to bring this recipe to you guys today, because you remember that phrase you always heard and it was annoying as shit, breakfast is the most important meal of today. Well, that's actually true, but it is almost impossible in the short span of time with our busy lives to get the vitamins, minerals, nutrients, supplements, water, fruits, veggies, all that stuff that you need in one sitting. But I'm going to show you how to get close, if not damn near perfect, to hitting that. And that is the point of today's recipe. Before I get cracking into today's recipe, what I want you guys to understand is there are a lot of components into this, all right? But these have what I found to work out the very best. However, if there is something here that you do not like, that you are allergic to, or that you're pussified about, then you are free to switch it out for what you feel would be the equivalent, or take it out completely. Hey, the choice is yours, because again, that's what the beauty of all this is finding out what works for you and enjoying the hell out of it, because healthy eating does not have to be gross, right? It can be absolutely delicious. So let's get into what makes our power shake so freaking powerful. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and cover the actual equipment that we need in order to make this bad boy possible, right? And man, I hit it every single time. I hit it once, 2 times, wink on something Beetlejuice, but damn, this guy right here, our blender, this is what is going to make our shake so perfect. Why? Because it's going to blend up everything nice and really fine, so that when we're drinking it, we're actually drinking it and not eating it. Because I don't know about y'all, I like to drink my shakes, not eat them. Component 1. 2, we're going to need something to cut up all our fruits and veggies and things to get it nice and popping. So if you don't have yourself a nice sharp set of utensils, please, oh please get them, because once again, we need everything as small and as figgity fine as possible. If you are part robot or part android, then these ain't for you, okay? But if you're human or part metahuman or demigod like myself, and you don't really like math, but you fitness really well, you're gonna need one of these. This is our measuring device, aka a measuring cup. Okay, so we're gonna need one of these that measures in ounces or milliliters, whatever you prefer, I don't care. But you're gonna need one of these, okay, to measure out your juices, measure out your fruits, and make the perfect power shake. Oh, okay, so next we're gonna need a couple utensils, not just to clean everything up really nice. You don't need them, but you know, it would definitely be preferred. All right, and then last but definitely not least for our equipment, we're gonna need a blender bottle, because as I say every time, we are not peasants. We drink out of a blender bottle because this is a great way to measure, to make sure everything is nice and gone. You can use a cup if you don't have one, but hey, you can take this on the go, freeze it, put it in the fridge. Okay, so before I start hopping into the ingredients, again, ladies and gentlemen, like I said at the beginning, if you do not have something, if you are allergic to something, or you just do not like it, then you are able to switch it out for what I would consider the equivalent. But I guarantee you, this right here, this combo right here that I'm about to give to you is going to be the absolutely best combo you can have for a power shake. All right, so first things first, we are going to need our fruit. Oh, wait, if you missed any of these ingredients as I go through them, okay, I will put them down in the description, the link to all the supplements in the description, so you are free to pick as you choose and get everything that you're gonna need for this bad boy. All right, cool. Check it out. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna cover is our actual fruits. All right, first one, raspberries. Delicious. We like our fruits nice and fresh. Don't get those frozen gross ones, because like you all probably know, the companies throw a lot of preservatives on top of those because they're going to be frozen and shipped out to multiple different international locations. But we don't want that. We don't want preservatives. We don't want that nasty, all those hormones put in our body. We don't want that. So fresh fruit, right? Raspberries. Blueberries. Next, strawberries, right? Now, usually I would use pineapples and a lot of fresh fruit, but we are going to use pineapple juice today. It's still 100% concentrate, and the reason why we use juice is because if you use pineapples in this, it don't mix very well, okay? You're going to get nice strips of pineapples all through it. And again, like I said, I like to drink my shakes, not eat them. So if you want to have a clean shake when you don't got, then pineapple juice 100% is gonna be the way to go. Last but definitely not least in terms of our juices, the cranberries. Now you can use cranberries yourself again, but they do not blend as well. They get nice and stripped, and we don't want that, okay? I prefer white cranberries. white cranberry juice because it's 100% vitamin C. Now the other cranberries, they get that really weird aftertaste, but white cranberry, you still get the most bang for your buck, and it's still delicious, and it mixes perfectly well with all of your fruits, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be delicious. Now for our actual supplements, all right, we gonna hit every single aspect of it. So the first one is gonna be our joint support capsules from SOAL Athletics. Again, check the link in the description to get yours, but this is gonna get everything we need to keep our body, our engine, nice and lubricated, to keep coming back stronger, better, faster, to dominate every single session, to dominate every single day, and to keep moving. Next, glutamine. We need pure freaking glutamine, okay? Because this is what our muscles are gonna need to keep moving, all right, and recover nicely. So any pure glutamine, any brand you want, who gives a shit? Get that glue. And then last but not least, here, this right here is something y'all ain't never heard about. For those of you that have it, those of you that got it, you already know. War Beast, BCAA complex, caffeine, vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K. BCAA is everything you could have in one, dropped in right here. You're gonna need this because that is what's gonna add to our power shake. So now that we got our supplements out the way, let's check a little something extra special I got going on over here that y'all probably done peeped, all right? Y'all already know I'm a big fan of my whipped cream, or the aspect of treat yourself. But in this episode, you know, we're not gonna use whipped cream because it just doesn't vibe with what we got going on. But instead, we got our Martinellis sparkling cider, right? We got grape and advocate of the aspect of treat yourself. You know how I usually throw whipped cream and dab it on what we have, but whipped cream just doesn't vibe with what we got going on to the fruit power aspect, okay? So what we gonna do instead, get some of that Martinellis in there, right? That sparkling apple and grape cider. And for all my adults out there, this is gonna be a little bit of surprise, but between you and me, the secret, there's no alcohol in it. So we can still look fancy as fuck, have it taste delicious, and get in what we need to, okay? On top of that, we're just gonna need some water. Again, any kind of water is gonna do. You're just gonna drop a couple ounces up there. And then the last, very last thing that we need, that's kind of all by stony lonesome, that a lot of people may not want to use in the shake, but for your power, you gotta do it anyway, is gonna be our spinach. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we done hit all of our ingredients, this is all of everything we're gonna need right here. Let's start getting our area together and what's gonna be first. So the first thing I like to do is go ahead and start prepping what I'm gonna use. So go ahead and get your blender and get you a nice little cutting board or a flat surface to really spread everything out and cut it up nice and neat. And the first ingredients that we're gonna start with is our fruit. What you want is like one handful, if you're like me, it's a smaller size handful, or 1/3 of a cup of each of the fruit, okay? So I'll do something real genuine like that. Same thing with our strawberries. Get that in there, roughly 1/3. All right, spread those all out. And then the same thing with our blueberries. We want 1/3 of each of our fruits. Obviously, some of them are gonna be a little bit more than others, but that is okay as long as we got all of our ratios together. All right, so like I said before, we want to have our fruit nice and fine. Now the blueberries we won't really have to worry about as long as we have our ratios together, so we just mush those to the side. But as far as the strawberries, right, I use pretty thick, juicy strawberries. So what you gotta do is take each of them and cut them into as many tiny, fine pieces as you can, and then take the tops and just toss them on over to the side, okay? But the trick to remember is to get them in as smaller pieces as possible, because the smaller the pieces that you can do, right, it's really dependent upon you and the power of your blender, the less chunks, the less clumps that you're gonna have in your shake. And again, we don't want that. We want to drink our shit and enjoy it. We don't want to eat it. When we do it with our strawberries, we're gonna do the same thing with our raspberries, right? Get them in as tiny pieces as possible. Doesn't matter which way you cut them, as long as they are really, really fine, right? Because like I said, say it with me, we want to drink our shake, not eat it. Righteous. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that, fast forward, and then we're gonna move on to the next one, okay? Now that we got our fruit all nice and mashed up, the first thing we wanna do is the same way we do our protein shakes, right? We don't wanna add too much into the bottom because then everything gets stuck to the bottom. So we wanna add our liquid first, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our white cranberry and we are going to measure out 4 ounces. Holy shit, that doesn't went everywhere. It's okay, we still got those 4 ounces, right? And we're just gonna throw that right in our blender, okay? And what that's gonna do is give us a nice little base so that when we put our fruit in there, everything still gets mixed up nicely and we don't get too many clumps sitting at the freaking bottom, because we don't want that. And then from there, we can scoot that thing on over and start taking our fruit and dumping it right on in there. However you want to do it. I love making a mess. I find it highly entertaining. You know what? Fuck it. Let's use our hands. Whatever. It's all going to the same place, right? Get it all in there. Every little bit counts. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. Cool. Now, let's move on to the next step. All right, so the next step, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be adding in our baby spinach, okay? Because we want to make sure that the spinach is close to the bottom so that it's getting mixed up nice and well, okay? Same. So we're going to take a little handful and throw it in there until we reach about 1/3, maybe 1/4 of the actual measuring cup. Now, depending on what spinach you use, you can measure it out, but I like to just guesstimate because that serving is perfect to make sure I'm still getting my fiber, still getting my greens in there. And of course, as always, what we're gonna do, once we measure that out, toss it onto our cutting board and we're just gonna start chopping right on through it, all right? Again, into as many fine pieces as we can. If you got a nice sharp knife, this is gonna be super easy. But we just gonna hit that up and then keep on moving. All right, now the same as always, once we get that figured out, we are gonna scoop that up and toss it right on into the blender with the top. Now, a good rule of thumb when we're doing this is solid, liquid, solid, liquid. That way we keep that ratio nice and squared away and we make sure that nothing else is getting trapped there at the bottom. So with that being said, the next thing that we're gonna add in is our pineapple juice. Remember, you want 100% juice. You don't want anything that says 10% or 12% or anything that's fake as fuck, okay? So we're gonna take our measuring cup and all we want is 3 ounces. So we're gonna measure it on out nice and perfectly yellow into 3 ounces, okay? Then we're gonna take that and toss on in. Perfect. Okay. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss in all our supplements. So let's start with Graze Pro first. Comes in capsule form. So we'll take a 1/4 serving, 1 capsule, and we'll just twist and flick it in there, right? Just to get enough of our joint support to get our morning started and to keep our bones, our ligaments, our tendons nice and lubricated. All right, next, Warbeast. So 2 servings of that, 2 scoops is gonna give us roughly 14 grams of BCAAs, and it's gonna give us our nice dose of caffeine, vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, and all of the above, 1 tiggity 2 on top of that. Great. Oh, this looks absolutely amazing. Then last but very not least, we're going to get in our glutamine. Take a serving of that and also dash right on top. And then we're done with all our supplements, so we can go ahead and put those to the side, okay? Now, keeping our flow of solid, liquid, right? We're gonna go ahead and do our water now, okay? Just so we make sure that the supplements are getting absorbed into all the fruits and we're not drinking any clumps, okay? Like I said before. So we'll take our measuring cup once again and we want another 3 ounces of nice water. And then we dash that right on top. Okay. Oh, the piece de resistance, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we got our Martinellis sparkling cider here. No alcohol. So a serving of this is actually 8 ounces, but we don't need all of that, right? We're just gonna take half of this. So we're gonna measure out a total of 4 ounces. Look at that beautiful color. That's all we need. And what we're gonna do is throw that right in the mix. Right in the mix. Holy shit. that is it. So, guess what now we're gonna do? Guess what now we're going to do? I don't fucking know. I don't English. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So, we're gonna go ahead and blend this thing up, all right? Because that's the point of this. Okay, so we're gonna blend it up for a total of 5 minutes, 5 solid minutes. You may need a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how high speed your blender is. I got one of them normal ones, but you know, completely up to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then let's go from there. I only had to do 2 minutes this time, so that was absolutely awesome. But now we got all nice and blended up. Let's see what our final product looks like. And oh my God, you can't really smell or see, but it is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and pour it in. Oh, no lumps, no clumps, no man, boy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Damn, that's something of the 8th or 9th wonder, whatever the fuck. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and see what we working with here. All right, but before that, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and please subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to grow and continue to put out amazing recipes like this. And if you decide to make this power shake, then please tag me at I am Darius Riddick or SOAL_athletics and let us know how you liked it. Let us know what we can change, what we can add to it, what you did differently, because that is how we all grow and enjoy this fight that we're in, all right? Fight for fucking fitness. Yes! All right, so until next time, happy lifting, Pride. Oh my God! It should be illegal to have shit taste this good. Oh, and last thing is, I like it kind of liquidy. If you wanted to have like a smoothie or something with a little more viscous, a little thicker, then you can clearly add ice to it and smoothie it up.
I used to feel so devastated.